Who is signing paychecks over there? Who is making big boy decisions at Dodge? Because that makes absolutely no fucking sense.
And why it has to be 1,000 horsepower, because it's America and fucking freedom. That's why.
And then we look like fucking idiots because we trusted the damn Wikipedia page. That was your first mistake.
What have they done to really keep themselves relevant over the last few years? I mean,
made shitty cars nobody wants. Hi, I'm Wes.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And welcome to Petrol Station, your one-stop shop for daily dumps with Dennis.
I did not sign up for that name.
Yeah, sucks to suck.
Awful.
That's the new playlist. So,
okay.
Daily dumps with Dennis.
That no one asked for.
Discount double checks with Dennis.
All right. So this week in the news.
What's going on?
Let's start off with a very hot topic. So apparently Dodge is releasing the new Charger sedan.
Why?
In
the EV?
So it will be the EV.
Oh, God.
It will be the Scat Pack version of the EV with the 670 horsepower version. It will not be getting an RT version because of, the RT version sucks and no one wants it. And it's going away. So, yeah, they will only get the 670 horsepower version with the 241 miles of range.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So, yeah, more horsepower, less range, as in all EV.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they have officially released the four-door sedan.
Savannah?
The
Savannah Bananas?
Savannah Bananas? Hey, we're getting a
Yeah,
Banana
we
League
are.
team.
I saw that.
The Gators in San Antonio.
Amen.
We will
That'd
be
cool.
there. I'm going to
That'd
go
be
for that
fun.
one. What else do you get with your way too expensive? You get 16-inch Brembo vented rotors and red 6-piston front brake calipers and 4-piston rears.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
They are really just saving the bucks and throwing on a set of Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires, which everyone who might buy that car will get rid of immediately because those are crappy tires.
That
I
was
said it.
exhausting.
Starting price. Do you want to guess?
I'm going to go with 55.
$70,000.
$70,000 for an EV sedan.
Yes. Yep.
Who is signing paychecks over there? Who is making big boy decisions at Dodge? Because that makes absolutely no fucking sense. When you can get
no sense.
A Model 3 performance, let's talk about that. Model 3 performance may not be as big as the damn sedan for Dodge Charger, but Model 3 performance with 340-mile range?
Yeah.
With probably close to the same horsepower.
On
a smaller platform.
I would much rather have the Mustang Mach-E.
Same.
At least it's practical. It is a decent looking car, gets good range, and frankly has a much better track record of being reliable.
Yeah. Although the MSRP may actually still be $70,000 for those new because Ford's an asshole.
Have you seen the Rally Edition?
Oh yeah.
So I love
the Rally
Edition. I've seen one in person and saw it take off from the light, and dude hammered it, and it
takes off and it looks good. I like the look
all
of the
way to
Edition.
40 miles an hour, but it was really quick.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're fast cars, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure the Dodge is going to be fast too with all the torque. But 240-mile range, really? That's what we're throwing at it?
That's the best we can do.
Come on. It should not be that difficult to get over 300 at this point in time.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so moving on to the next article, and this one I'm going to, let's bring up for pure looks alone, and I don't know if you've seen pictures of this yet, so I'll let you do the research when you have to go edit this video. Glickenhaus has released...
That's a fucking name.
Ain't it, though? Has released designs for a brand new V8 Le Mans style car that it will be built for the street called the 007S, or otherwise known as the 007. Yes.
Ooh.
I love the way this car looks. It very much has a Le Mans style feel to it. From what I'm reading here, it's going to have a 6.2 liter V8, cranking out all kinds of gobs of horsepower. They don't have a whole lot of information on it as of yet, except that it will be putting out around 1,000 brake horsepower at 737 pound-feet of torque. Pure looks alone.
I'm looking at the car. It definitely looks cool. I do appreciate the look, but I also appreciate it's American made.
Yeah.
I did not get that with that name. I was thinking German or something, and then I looked up the website. Yeah, it is American made hypercar, which is very cool. Like, if they're going back, their goal on their website, it literally says, they're going back to win the Le Mans for an American-made hypercar. Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus. Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus is an American-made automotive company.
Okay, yeah.
In Sleepy Hollow, New York. Hey, this is Wes's God Complex. In this scene, you can see that Dennis is actually not talking into his mic. Mistake? or clever ruse because he was wrong and couldn't admit it. But the gist of it is he was wrong. I was right, and we can move on. Thank you, and have a good day. Get off of Wikipedia.
Yeah, this
Oh, is it?
this
Oh,
is
maybe they
Top.
fucked up. Fucking Top Gear. Or maybe it was designed there. Is that what it says?
Off to Belgium we go.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, made in America.
Welcome to Dennis Wasn't Right.
Oh well, 1 out of 10. Anyways,
I just wanna live in this moment.
okay,
I
let's
just
go
wanna
ahead.
enjoy it. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
I just need to. I'm never right, so it's great when I am. And Vin, tell him he's wrong next time you see him.
I would say the article I was
Bitch.
reading was wrong.
No,
So
I
blame Top
agree.
Gear.
I mean, that's why, dude. When I look at those articles, I always go to like the main page because like half the time they're not right, and then we look like fucking idiots because we trusted the damn Wikipedia page. That was your first mistake.
Well,
Don't
and
trust
honestly,
Wikipedia.
like it would make sense why there's a 6.2 liter V8 because they're probably using LSs, and why it has to be 1,000 horsepower because it's America and fucking freedom. That's why.
Yep. And I mean, again, just to say again, reiterate, it's still a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like it looks good. It's a good looking car,
And
and it's better that it's made in America. And the fact that if they do win, again, that's just a 50-year hiatus, knocked off the ledge. So it'll be interesting. I'm down for it. Did they say when they were planning on racing?
it does not. The article I was reading in specific was about the actual street production car that they're building.
So they're building a street production car.
So yeah, they're building a street version of the car that will go to Le Mans.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't see that. I mean, I would be down to have a 007 on the street. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
that'd be
Like
amazing.
$2.3 million later, but it is
Also,
what
the
it is.
fact America named a car the 007 and the British didn't.
That's just a huge F.
That middle finger to the Brits.
I mean, I'm sure there is a 007 car out there. I mean, Aston Martin did I think they made 8 007 style
Well, they did.
Aston
I think
Martins.
they.
It was like designed as like a 007 specific car, which is cool.
Also, fun fact: Pierce Brosnan is my favorite James Bond. Anyways,
Yeah, if we're just going on a tangent, yeah, I would agree. Pierce Brosnan is definitely my 007.
all right.
Daniel Craig wasn't bad, but like
2 more.
he gave me more Jason
One.
Bourne. Just gonna go on a fucking
Jeez.
tangent.
Anyways, moving on. All right, so here's one I really want to like just kind of go into discussion about. So apparently Nissan.
Sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
The 007 Bond edition, Aston Martin
Ooh.
Vanquish.
At
Oh
Galpin
yeah.
Austin Martin.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think it's an actual Aston Martin thing as much as
Probably not. It's probably a aftermarket.
yeah, Galpin is a aftermarket
I'm
company.
trying to see. I
By the way,
thought they had only made like 8, but
the
it
ugliest
still
car
looks good.
ever. Fight me.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Look it up and you'll know exactly why.
The Galpin Rocket.
Yep. Performance wise, it looks great. It's great. Looks wise,
Fisker Galpin Rocket. Does it look like a Mustang?
yep.
Oh God. Oh, I think I've seen this
Yep, that one.
before. No.
That was the only time I was disappointed in Jeremy Clarkson as an individual. Is in the very first episode of the Grand Tour when him, Hammond, and May are driving through the desert as their big like opening thing for the Grand Tour. The car they were all in Mustangs, and he was in a Galpin Rocket Mustang. Somebody was drunk when they drew that.
It is ugly.
It is ugly.
It is very ugly.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, no, not a fan. All right.
All right, next to
Moving
the
on.
news. So apparently Nissan is so strapped for cash now that they are actually in works and in plans to sell off their headquarters to help pay to keep the company moving.
Jesus Christ, they're not on food stamps yet. Like they couldn't move to fucking better housing or something.
Yeah,
Like they just had to sell the
like-
house. Like
Yeah, they got man.
dude. I mean, I don't know. Here's a conversation for both of us. I don't see like corporate headquarters being a thing anymore. Like I completely see because I work in a company where we're pretty much 100% remote.
Yeah.
Corporate wise. Now I do get like there's some necessity when it comes to like engineers things like that need to be on site.
Absolutely.
100%. But corporate
But a warehouse
like,
is way cheaper.
warehouse and mostly people that can do their job can do it from home.
Yeah.
Like and it makes no sense to keep these big corporate headquarters that just gouge money for no reason. Why?
Yeah.
Because you have a corporate headquarters space. Congrats, you pay up the ass for some building in downtown Austin, and for what? Like,
Or for 5 buildings and one of them since empty most of the time.
dude,
So
that sat empty for years and made everyone go back to it because why?
well, I mean, even going back to it, that one building is
Still
still
empty?
empty.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I totally agree with you. I think that the days of giant headquarters are gone. But I mean, I also think that this is a telling time of what's going on with Nissan. The
Oh
fact that
yeah.
they have to sell off, or possibly again, this is not confirmed. They haven't said that they're going to do it, but it is in the rumor mills that they are going to have to sell off their big corporate headquarters to pay to get cash to get some kind of revenue in
Yeah.
to help keep the company going. And that's sad because Nissan is such an iconic brand, and I hate to see where them go down this hill. But I mean, if you think about it, what have they done to really keep themselves relevant over the last few years? I mean,
Made shitty cars nobody wants.
exactly. I mean, their attempt to come back to get fan appeal again was the 400Z. That's
That
it.
flopped.
Yeah, yeah. It was not a
It's
good looking
flopped.
car.
One, the problem with that car,
It's
and
really expensive
it's really
for
expensive
what
for
it
what it
is.
is. Yep. And the same problem I have with the Toyota Supra. Now the Supra looks better,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's why people buy it, is
Yeah,
because it looks way better.
quality BMW engineering.
Yeah, but the 400ZX should not have been more than 40,000.
No,
I That is the highest I would have paid for
yeah,
that car. And yeah, I mean I get it. It's got more horsepower than the Toyota Supra. Cool. I still would not pay for that much money for
it
that
still
car.
doesn't look good. Again, it goes back to the conversation we've had about Mustangs. I That is one of the things that hold me back about the newest Mustang. It's very blocky.
Yep.
It's very sharp edges and not enough curves. If they had made the 400Z more curvy and looked more like the original, like the 280s, that would be a good looking car. But they didn't. They went very
Yeah.
blocky with it and did not do enough to get that fan appeal back.
Well, I think they tried to take too much from the 350 and the 370,
Yeah,
which were cool and looked good on their own right, but let it fucking go.
man.
It didn't it resonated well in
Yeah,
the time it was around. Let it go. They could have done something really good with the Datsun and made it look really good, a classic retro style, or even pull some stylings from like the 80s and 90s, a 300ZX. That would have been cool. Give us a retro like Hyundai's doing with all their cars. They're
yeah.
going more of like a retro 80s style. But to do a crossover, it's almost like a crossover of the modern 370 and the old Datsun, and in a Frankenstein bullshit that didn't resonate. Like
No,
it just
totally
didn't
agree.
work.
I will say the I saw it was like just a quick about a 370Z build the other day with an LS in it, and it looked so good, and it kind of inspired me. Like I kind of want to do
Dude,
that,
I
but
want
I don't have the time nor the money to make
I
that
want a
happen.
350 convertible drift car. One,
I
I know you
I
don't
don't
like the
like convertibles.
convertibles, but like the way I sat in that car when mom had one, I loved that car. And that's the only Z I've sat in that I actually liked driving. And
Real
I
quick,
think it's maybe because I like the convertible, like just gave me a little extra room or
yeah,
something. I don't know.
real quick, can we give a shout out to since we're shortly after Mother's Day here, where like we really got our love of speed and good looking cars. Yeah, that was from our mom.
Oh yeah,
Like,
wasn't our
shout
dad.
out to
Our dad
mom
has had
for
nice cars, but like yeah, she's the gearhead, foot to the pedal.
all day
I got my
long.
lead foot from my
Oh
mom.
yeah, mom was the whip in and out of
Oh, yeah.
traffic, gotta
She still
get
is. Dude, we went to dinner the other night and she had grandma in the car and I could see grandma like smacking her because me and her were going through traffic.
dank invite.
Yeah, you were out of town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice try though.
I'll throw some
Sorry, stop traveling so much.
excuse
I was
me.
gonna invite you, but then I checked your location. You were in fucking Canada,
No, I was in Vegas.
Nashville or something. No, this was like weeks ago.
Oh.
But yeah, it just cracks me up because anytime I drive with her, like I have to keep up.
Speaking of Nashville, next week I get to go to at Nashville
Hey,
Super
that's gonna be
Speedway.
cool.
I'll
You
do a
should.
little blog style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll cut it up,
that'd be
edit it
awesome
for you.
for the news.
Yeah, again, just to kind of summarize the Nissan thing, I think Nissan has been dropping the ball for the last 10 years. I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
they haven't really come out with anything that's really iconic or stands out, except for I know you hate it, but the Juke. I think the Juke is still iconic. Fuck off.
And we're done here.
And we're done here.
Yeah.
But no, and when I say iconic, I mean like goofy iconic. Like
It is
you
goofy.
hate to
It
you
is
love to hate
goofy,
it.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that they put a Nismo fucking badge on it and did nothing to it, it was like just the dumbest shit.
Yeah. I can't even think of one example of the Juke that I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I
Yeah,
can't.
because like if they would have done an upgrade on the engine with the Nismo, I would have been okay with it. And they may have done
I
like
think all they did
slight
was
upgrades, but they
a
only did
suspension.
suspension,
Yeah,
brakes, and aftermarket like parts.
not worth
Yeah,
it.
no, but yeah, I wouldn't pay the money to buy one.
Only modern car that they've had of course, the GTR.
Yeah.
But like
That's their pride
the
and joy. That's all
Nismo,
they
the
got.
Nismo,
It is a good looking car, and if you
but
can
not enough
find
to
one,
save that company. And
yeah,
well, yeah,
and they're
if you could
overpriced.
save one that's not overpriced, and if you could find one that has not just been completely torn apart and went to shit on, yeah, get that car because
Yeah.
it's fun
That's
driving.
where I'm at, like with 350, because like I could probably find one relatively in a good price, but like it's
Oh,
finding one.
Facebook Marketplace, $6,000 all day long for a
Yeah,
350Z.
for a fucking destroyed, ripped out, like panels are all
They make a
missing.
good track car.
I mean, that's why I would buy it.
Yeah.
I want to, if I get into drifting, I want to get a 350Z because I think that'd be a fun car to drive and it'd be easy to drift. Yeah, hopefully Nissan figures it out because I don't hate the brand. Like, I've never had a bad, like, I don't love their cars, but I don't hate the brand.
As a former owner of a 350Z, great
The
car.
300ZX,
It
the
was a
classic
it was a
Nissan
fun
was,
drive.
and then maybe that's it. Like, the nostalgic for us is we both had like older generations of Nissan that actually were good.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. Datsun was good. Like, they had good trucks, good cars. Why can't figure it out now is just boggles my
You
mind.
know, I think one thing that they have where they need to come back now, and
Datsun pickup.
they need to come back with a mini truck,
Yep,
and
I agree.
they need to figure it out and either do it as a hybrid or an electric, but come out with a mini truck that can be really customized, like
Yeah.
all of
Yeah. I was gonna
customization.
say,
That
just don't give us an EV. Like, we got the EV. We got a slate. Don't
yeah,
give us an EV. Give us a 4-cylinder little,
yeah. I mean, look at this point in the in the world, you need to have something that is going to lower your EPA ranking or
yeah.
whatever it is you. You got to keep the gas mileage down. So yeah, like a 4-cylinder, really gas efficient, a hybrid would work. Yeah, probably don't need another EV to mess up the market, but yeah, I think they need. Come
Yeah.
on,
Give us a
that would.
Datsun. Just bring back the Datsun brand. Like,
Oh, dude.
if you wanna just survive and get around bankruptcy, just rebrand as Datsun. Like, everyone that actually likes your cars would buy a fucking car because you named it Datsun.
Or just performance division of Nissan,
To Datsun,
Datsun.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
Datsun and Nismo.
yeah,
Or,
Datsun.
like, do, like, classic I don't know why brands don't, like, branch out more into do, like, classic retro builds because like, there's so many people out there that would buy one.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I and, like, it may not be crazy market, but there is a market for it, and I think that's why Hyundai is striving because they are coming out with more retro cars. The Iconic, it looks great. Like, it
And
looks,
embrace your retro cars.
yeah,
So
it
fun,
looks a dial analog, but, like, modern style,
yeah.
and they did a really good job.
So fun fact: did you know that Porsche has an entire division at their main plant in Stuttgart?
Go
That
fuck yourself. I don't call you names.
no, they actually have an entire section of their facility that restores classic Porsches.
Yeah.
Like you can send it back to Porsche and they will nut and bolt restore that car. It's crazy expensive, but I mean, you get to say like, "Hey, I have this old classic 911 that was fully restored and brought back to life by Porsche themselves." No, as far as I know, like me, but I don't think any other brand does that.
Maybe not, but well, and I think that's why Porsche is Porsche
Yeah,
because they care. They have pride in their cars. They have pride in their lineage. Nissan is here for a buck. They're
yeah,
here to, and again, there's nothing wrong with it. I get it. With a business, you're trying to make money. You're, trying to win the consumer over who wants a cheap, affordable car. I get it.
yeah,
But you want a brand that lasts, you have to take care of the brand. And
yeah.
Porsche does a really good job at not just taking care of the cars, but also taking care of the brand.
So funny enough, I actually just had a conversation yesterday with someone who's owned Porsches, who's owned Mustang, Vets. I mean, he's Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Like he's
Yeah.
been all over the place. And yeah, like my question was like, out of all of those brands, who do you think like just had the best overall experience for the customer? And his top two were Porsche and Corvette. And I
I can
and
see
I
that.
have to agree with that. Like I've never owned a Porsche, but I've heard and I've seen from other from owners that like Porsche really envelops you into the brand of
Yeah.
being a Porsche owner, whether you bought it new, whether you bought it used, whatever. They don't care. Like as soon as you get a Porsche, you're a Porsche owner, you get invited to so many Porsche things. Like you can come out to the dealership anytime and just go hang out.
Yeah.
Like it is just a really cool, inclusive brand that they have figured it out. Like, hey, if you really envelop me into the brand, I'm gonna keep coming back and
Yep.
buying more
It's
cars. Light
exclusivity.
bulb.
It's literally what
Corvette
it is.
Corvette's the other one. Like they have a classic lineage. They
Yep.
do a very good job of setting up a customer experience that once you're bought and in a Corvette, then you are in a Corvette. One of the coolest things I've ever got done, and I've owned two Mustangs. I've never gotten to afford stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I've had friends who've had GT350s and Boss 302s. They got invited to track days sponsored by Ford. If you don't get set up with like in the first 10 minutes, then they run out of spots. Like
Yeah.
that's not a good experience. But with the Corvette, I bought my Corvette used. It was what 8 years old when I bought it, and just because I had a Corvette, I got a letter in the mail from Chevy saying, "Hey, the Corvette Z06 is going to be at such and such dealership on this day, and it's going to be a preview before it's being released out into the world." And I got invited to that just because I was a Corvette owner. Like that's the cool things that like will keep me coming back and will make me like, "Hey, maybe I should go buy another Corvette just because of that
Yeah.
experience." Makes me look at Porsche because I want to be part of the community and more
Well,
involved with the brand.
and that's it. Like, I think Porsche and Corvette do a really good job at creating an identity for the customer. Because when you own a Porsche and you own a Corvette, you're branded that way. You
Right.
you identify as a Porsche owner. Yeah, other companies and other brands have tried to kind of copy that. And in our culture, in car culture, you always kind of identify by the brand you own, Mustang owner, Dodge owner, that
Yep.
kind of thing. But when you say Porsche or Corvette, you know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's identity. And especially, we always make fun of Corvette culture, but it's one of the most iconic car cultures.
Oh yeah.
And same thing with Porsche. Like, if somebody rolls up in a Porsche, it's branded that way,
Yeah.
and they're a higher level of class because they own a Porsche,
Yeah.
and they've done a really good job at bringing that to not just. I think the other part of it too is, Porsche is definitely up there, but it's not unobtainable. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of these other big brands out there, Ferrari, Lamborghini, it's almost a McLaren, like,
Yeah.
it's almost to the point where it's unattainable. But with a Porsche, there's so many levels
Yeah.
of Porsche where you can get in for a relatively decent price. And now again, they're still $80,000, but it beats 130, a three hundred thousand
Yeah. But
dollar sports car.
whether you have like a Cayman or you have the 911 Carrera
It doesn't
or
matter.
it doesn't matter. Like
Mm.
Porsche owners are like respect Porsche
They
owners.
respect all the models.
You're not
Yep.
going to get the guy who has the GT3 RS come up to a guy in a 918 and say like, "Oh, you could only get the 918." Blah blah blah. Like no, it's like, "Hey, how you liking the car?" Like you
Yeah.
get that immediate. I mean, it's the same with Corvettes. Like I one of the biggest like compliments I ever got was I go on cruises all the time. Took my stock C7 Vet and went on a cruise and got into some fun twisties and ran side by side with a ZR1. And the guy driving the ZR1 hopped out and was asking me like what mods I've done to the car, and I'm like nothing. It's completely stock. And his comment was like, "Wow, I don't see many people driving the stock C7s that way." So he was really impressed at just like how much I was keeping up with him and how much we were going along. And it wasn't oh, you can only afford like you should blah blah blah
You should
make
get a
better choices.
ZR1.
Yeah, it's just hey, you're a Corvette owner. You're now in the group. Here's your New Balances.
Yeah, it's accepting.
Yeah. Speaking of Corvettes, I think at this time we need to make sure that we talk about that you and I
Oh,
have been
yeah.
invited and will be out at Corvette Invasion in Bastrop, Texas.
Corvette. You from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
You get a little phlegm?
So we will actually be at Corvette Invasion, July 18th and 19th.
Signing autographs. To who?
To who?
I don't know.
Yeah, like yeah. So both of
Just
y'all,
kidding.
if you want to come get this,
Yeah.
we'll be
We'll
walking
be
around.
signing autographs to each other.
Yeah, we'll just
So,
pass it.
pull out a little folding table.
But yeah, we got invited, so we'll be out there the 18th and 19th in Bastrop, Texas. So if you're a Corvette owner, make sure you sign up for that and come on out, and you'll get to meet us.
Amen. You'll see us
All right.
in some fluorescent
That's neon vest.
fluorescent neon vests.
Yeah, we didn't get invited as a special guest. We got to
We're
work.
working it.
Yeah, but hey, we'll be there.
We run a business and we have to do that business.
Yeah.
Or we can't do this.
But hey, we'll be there.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
We
please
need,
like and subscribe.
we need views.
Yeah.
We're trying to not work and just make YouTube videos.
And do
I
another
want to know because
Yeah.
I want to know what love
I wanna
is.
know what money
I want to
is.
know what money is. I want somebody to show me because we didn't learn anything about money.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for the news this week. If you have any opinions on the articles that we've shared or the views that we have shared, remember this are our opinions and our views, but leave your view and opinion in the comments. So make sure you put that down there. Also,
Amen.
again, as always, please like and subscribe if you made it this far, and always hit that alert button down at the bottom so you get a message in your inbox every time we make one of these videos. So for Petrol Station, I'm Dennis,
I'm Wes.
and we'll see you next time.